Hello and welcome to another yoga flow. My name is Megan and I'll be guiding you. We're going to start today laying flat on our backs, either in Shavasana or you can come into a reclined butterfly pose, bringing the soles of your feet together, knees bent, and warming up the hips while we're just starting to settle into our mat here. Tucking in the tailbone, arms splayed alongside you, palms facing up. And just taking a moment to land on our mat. Bringing our awareness towards our breath, likely for the first time today. And noticing the quality of our inhales and exhales, and of the state of our body today on our mat. As you inhale, envision that you are sending the breath all throughout your body, to your toes, all the way up to the top of your head. Noticing any parts of the body that feel a little bit stiff maybe, or notice any tension. And envision that you're sending your breath directly there. On the exhales, soften a little bit more into the mat. If you're in reclined butterfly, use your hands to bring your knees together, and we'll all meet with the soles of our feet planted directly underneath our knees, still laying flat on our mat. We're going to start matching our breath to movement in a bridge flow, pressing our weight into our feet. On the inhale, curl your hips up, lift them up, reach them up, squeeze the glutes at the top. Exhale, roll yourself down gently, hips come to the ground last. Inhale, reach your hips up, sending the knees forward, puffing up all the way into the chest. Exhale, slowly roll down, upper back first, middle back, hips come down last. 3 more at your own pace. The next time that your hips are up in bridge, pause here, tight squeeze. If you have the mobility in your shoulders, perhaps walking them underneath you, clasping the hands and pressing them into the mat, reaching up. Breathing deeply here, warming up our body. Exhale, let it all go, gently release it down. Bringing our feet a little bit wider and having the knees hit each other in the middle. We'll do a few windshield wiper, going side to side, just letting the knees drop. Inhale, give yourself a big hug. Bring both knees into your chest, tight squeeze. Exhale, release the left leg long. And come to an easy twist on the left side, using your left hand to guide your right knee towards the left. Shoulders remain flat on the mat. You can cactus your right arm out or extend it out completely, depending on how much room you have. Inhaling to lengthen the body, distancing the hips from the ribs. Exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale, coming back to center, big hug, tight squeeze. Exhale, right leg goes long this time. Left arm cactus out, and on the exhale, right hand guides the left knee towards the right. If you haven't already, you can shut down the eyes. Envisioning still where you're directing the breath. Noticing how your body feels different from an inhale to the exhale. Inhale, come back to center, tight squeeze. Exhale, roll over onto either side, coming into a fetal posture, using your arm as a pillow. Taking a moment before we start to move to set an intention for your practice. Something to ground you, to come back to focus on. And when you're ready, slowly picking yourself up off the mat. Head comes last. Trying to keep the eyes closed if you can, and we'll meet in a tabletop position. In tabletop, knees are underneath hips, shoulders and wrists aligned, pressing into the knuckles of our hands, fingertips spread wide. Inhale, curl the tailbone, drop the belly, look up, cat, cow. Exhale, curl the tailbone, puff up the shoulders, look at your navel, cow, cat. And at your own breath, cat and cow. Warming up the spine and adding any variation you like. Perhaps going side to side, or making big circles with your hips and with your neck. If you are doing circles, don't forget to do the other side. Coming back into stillness, tabletop pose with the feet curled underneath. On the inhale, we're gonna hover our knees. So on the inhale, breathe in, lift the knees up just an inch over the ground to hover, pressing into the feet and the hands. Spine is long, breathing here. Exhale, curl over the toes, straighten the legs, hips up, downward dog. Again, any movement here is welcome, or if you prefer stillness. Waking up the body and the spine here. Pressing equally into the feet and into the hands, and rolling our shoulders inwards and tending our elbows towards the mat. Slow roll into plank. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Roll like a wave, forward plank. Exhale, bend the knees, hips towards the heels, straighten the legs, downward dog. As slow as you can, 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. And find stillness in downward dog. walking your hands towards your feet. Generous bend in the knees when you get there. Ragdoll at the back of your mat. We really want a deep bend in the knees to get the release in our lower back. Either stillness here or swaying perhaps. We will be opening up the shoulders, so if you want to start reaching upwards towards the sky, palms facing forward. Make sure you let go of your neck. Inhale, press into your shins, straighten your back and legs, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over completely. Inhale, generous bend of the knees. Exhale, slowly roll yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders come up to your ears, roll them down when you're up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Breathing here. Pressing into all corners of the feet. Inhale, reach up, look up, feel light. Exhale, bend over, fold completely. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, start walking your hands back out, coming into downward dog. Inhale, lift your right foot all the way up, three-legged dog. Hips are squared, toes pointing downwards. Inhale to reach up a little higher. Exhale, bend the knee and cross it over, reaching for your left underarm. Pause. Exhale, down, three-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee, come to center this time, pause. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee, send it all the way to our right shoulder this time and pause. Stay here, or if you have the energy, slowly tap the knee to the mat and bring it all the way back up. And plant your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Drop the back heel coming into warrior two posture. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your full upper body up to a warrior two pose. Intending our right knee towards our pinky toe. Heels are perhaps in a perpendicular line. Whatever feels comfortable here. Radiating toward either side of the mat. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reach up. And we're going to turn our body towards the long edge of the mat. Toes are pointed towards the long edge corners of our mat. Exhale, bend both knees, directing them over our big toes, and cactus the arms into a goddess. Opening up the chest. Inhale, straighten both legs, reach up. Exhale, we're coming into a crescent lunge on the left side, twisting all our feet over, looking at the back of our mat in a crescent lunge pose, aligning our hips. Perhaps bringing our right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to sink a little bit deeper. Plant the hands on your necks. Exhale, downward dog. Vinyasa, or stand downward dog. Inhale, roll like a wave into your plank. Exhale, use the knees or slowly lower down. Inhale, fingertips under shoulders, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop or plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts this time, three-legged dog. Aligning our hips here. Inhale to reach up our left foot a little higher. Exhale, bend the left knee, cross it over. Try to reach your right armpit. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, coming into center this time. Pause. Exhale, three-legged dog. Breathe here. On your next exhale, bend at the knee, sending it towards your left shoulder this time. Pause. Staying here or drawing a line, slowly tapping the left knee down and bringing it back up. And we're all going to plant the left foot on the outside of our left knee, coming into warrior two. Inhale to reach up our right arm. Exhale, drop the right foot down, lift yourself up slowly into warrior two, left foot this time. Breathing here, finding the rhythm of your breath. Radiating through both fingertips. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach up. Align yourself back on the long edge of your mat. Exhale, bend both knees, cactus the arms, goddess. Try to sink a little bit lower than you like. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, crescent lunge with the right foot in front this time. Facing forward on our mat once again. Breathing here. On your next exhale, plant the hands down, big step back, downward dog. Vinyasa or stay here. Inhale, roll like a wave into plank. Exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. Coming into pigeon. Inhale, right foot lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, send it towards your right wrist, drop it down. And coming into pigeon any way that's comfortable for you. I like to shimmy my right foot to make it more parallel, to have my shin parallel with the top of the mat, and back my left knee up, making sure our hips are still aligned. Using any props, adding a block here under your right hip to elevate you. Inhale, once you're in position, open up. Exhale, I challenge you to kind of stay lifted up in this posture to get a nice stretch along your left hip flexors. No sensation in the lower back. If there is any sensation, coming into a figure four shape on your mat. Inhale deeply. Exhale luxuriously. Planting both hands down, coming out any way that feels more natural. I'm curling the back toes, and I'm stepping back into plank first. We'll all meet in downward dog for a vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Cobra. and lower. Plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. Pigeon on the opposite side now. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, send it towards your left wrist, and find yourself in pigeon on the opposite side. Noticing how your body might feel different from one side to the other. Sending our breath to where it feels tightest and remembering our intention for what brought us here. Often these poses in stillness are in fact the most challenging. Planting your hands down, coming back into a downward dog. Any way that it takes to get there, it does not have to look pretty. Inhale, roll like a wave. Last chance for a vinyasa. Plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press and pull. Cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop or plank. Exhale, downward dog. Drop the knees and come sit on your heels. Just taking a moment in a seated pose to find our breath and our rhythm of our heart. One hand on your stomach, the other on your heart, perhaps shutting down the eyes again. Noticing how quickly we can bring our heart rate up and down, and how connecting movement to breath can create heat. When you're ready, coming back into a Shavasana type pose. Your back is flat on the mat. We'll actually come into another round of bridge flow. So knees are bent, feet are planted firmly into the mat, hands pressing on either side of you. Inhale to curl your hips up. Breathe in, bridge, tight squeeze at the top. Noticing if there's more space, and exhale, slowly lower down, lowering the hips. 2 more. One more. Inhale, reach the hips up. The highest you can go. Pause here. Option again to bring your shoulders underneath you. Breathing in a little bit more, a little bit higher. Exhale, let it all go. Bringing your right foot to the right corner of your mat and the left foot to the left corner. Taking one moment here to settle in, tucking in our tailbone. Inhale, breathe in, bring the right foot with you, knee to chest. And start making some big circles with your knee, drawing them on the ceiling, guiding them with your hand. And doing the other opposite direction. Noticing the space that you've created in your hips. When you finish your last circle, bring your right foot extended out. Pause here. Noticing one last time the difference from one side to another. Inhale, bringing your left knee in this time, knee to chest. And draw big circles onto the ceiling with your knee, using your hands to guide you. Almost getting a massage in the lower back as well, as you press your back into the mat. Doing opposite direction if you haven't yet. When you've completed your last full circle, this time you'll inhale, bring both knees to your chest and give yourself a big hug, tight squeeze. And draw circles with your legs, now together. And feeling that release in the lower back as you move your body weight to massage you. Coming into stillness, and we'll find ourselves back into our Shavasana posture. Right foot to the right corner, left foot to the left. This time, palms face up, rolling our shoulders underneath our back, and a slight tuck of the chin. We're going to hold this Shavasana pose for approximately 2 minutes. I challenge you to focus on your inhales and your exhales, elongating each exhale, and simply noticing when your mind wanders to come back to your breath, come back to your body. I'm going to provide you with an opportunity to lay in silence. Just trust that my voice will guide you out shortly. Slowly bringing awareness back to your body and breath again. Start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Making big circles with your wrists and your ankles. Not shaking your head from side to side. Inhale, take a big morning stretch. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, tuck your knees into your chest. One big hug. Rolling onto either side, coming back into a fetal pose. Using this last opportunity to say something kind to yourself. Remembering your intention. And showing gratitude to yourself for taking this time. When you're ready, slowly come into a seated position. Thank you for taking the time to practice. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.